Hey vinyl community, this is Chris. I needed an excuse to do a video because I wanted to go outdoors, so I thought I'd do a follow-up on the Vinyl Richie's psychedelic thread. This one is sort of subtitled the psychedelic F's, but there are some other things thrown in there to round it out. It's a real nice Sunday late afternoon. It's in the 70s out here, so perfect time to come outside. Sun's just starting to go down. So to show some albums, the previous video I talked about, classifying different styles of psychedelic music. So I sort of just went by if Discogs called it psychedelic or I did, then between those two it classified. Some things I wouldn't think of classified, but they did. So, and some of these might have been shown by other people. In fact, I know one of them is, but I'm showing a CD rather than the album. So, first one, Krabby Appleton. This is their first album, self-titled on Elektra. It has their really good two-sided single on it, Go Back. It leads off side 1, and the flip side, Try, leads side 2. And this band features Michael Fennelly, who went on to a solo career, did release several albums that way. But Krabby Appleton, late 60s. And then another one, I hadn't really thought of it when I started as psychedelic, but Cat Mother. This is, I think, their third album, self-titled, on Polydor. People might be familiar with their first one, Cat Mother and the All Night Newsboys, which was produced by Jimi Hendrix. But this one doesn't have any Hendrix involvement. So this gatefold here, and this one's a Polydor white label promo. And then another one, I hadn't thought that it might be Psych or not, but they called it that amongst other things, so I'll go with that. J.F. Murphy and Free Flowing Salt, Almost Home. This one's around 1970. Don't see the year jumping out at me, but they did 3 or 4 albums. This one is on MGM. And then I think somebody probably showed this one, Mew. This is a 1984 Reckless Records reissue. Merrill Fankhauser and Jeff Cotton band. There's the Reckless label. I think this was like a 1974 original issue. And another one, surprise, surprise, Don Farden. Lament of the Cherokee Indian Reservation, which was written by John Loudermilk, and then Paul Revere and the Raiders did a version of that. But this is Don Farden on G&P Crescendo. Most of these are cover songs. Does the Letter that the Box Tops did. A Roy Head song, Treat Her Right. And then the last of these leading up to the psychedelic F's, Druids of Stonehenge. Album Creation on the Uni label. Uni. Druids of Stonehenge. And then to start it off, several people had shown this one, the Fallen Angels. This was the Collectibles label put this out in 2 parts to compile their music, part 1 and part 2. 2 CDs. This is part 1 with this little booklet, and then part 2, another booklet explaining their plight. Now these are all in the F's. I hadn't really planned it that way, but I started pulling things out and I just fell into that they were all, didn't realize I had so many F's that might be psychedelic. So Ford Theater, Time Changes, I think this is their 2nd album. It's a musical play, I guess. Late 60s ABC. Time Changes. Ford Theater presents Time Changes, a new musical. So the titles are scene 1 through 12. 8 on the first side, so 15 scenes make up this musical. And Freeport. This is self-titled, and it's on Mainstream, which I think some people have commented that Mainstream seem to put out a lot of these that are being shown. And The Flock. Their first album, which this is, was listed as Elements of Psychedelia, so then after this they became just a progressive band. You can see some ring wear, and then it got some glue on the ring wear from a shelf that my roommate built and stained. Jerry Goodman, who went on to play with the Mahavishnu Orchestra, was a violinist on here. Columbia 2i. They do a version of Tired of Waiting, which I think is the Kinks song, except they don't give writing credits. So, don't remember for sure because it starts out not sounding like the Kinks. But the Flock debut album, and Fever Tree. Some people have shown various Fever Tree albums. This is For Sale, 1970, I think. This is their third or fourth. This one is for some reason, it's all covers on Ampex label. In arrangement with Mainstream, but they've got a side-long version of Hey Joe for the B-side. They do Come On In, which the Music Machine did. I Put a Spell on You, Screamin' Jay Hawkins, and She Comes in Colors, which was an Arthur Lee and Love song. So, Fever Tree. And the last two, Fields, sort of a Dolly-esque back cover. This is one of those infamous Unipack gatefolds. This is another one. Side B is one song called Love is the Word. I think this is around 1969. I even ended up with another cover. I don't have the record, but I have this gatefold cover as a duplicate, in case somebody has the album laying around. And then the last one is Quorum. This is on Decca. So it's got some interesting, you can see there in the pictures of the instrumentation. What is that, a bouzouki? Oh no. It's got the wrong album inside of it. Quorum. So, with that unpleasant discovery, I'll wrap this video up. Thanks everybody for watching and enjoying this Sunday afternoon with me. Bye.